Hello, guys. Hello, hello, hello. It's me. I'm here. I'm late. Holy cow, am I late here? Get on live, but I'm here for you. Life is funny, especially when you have grandkids. Let me keep this on for a little while because I can't see you. Can't see you. Ha ha ha. That's a joke. I can't see the camera because anybody talks to me. How's that? All right. Maybe somebody will join us, but if not, I have a nice little fun anyway. So here I am. It's 6:15, 6:25 already. Oh, it's only about 45 minutes worth of arm balancing. And I'll go right into some yoga with you. Hang out with me if you like. So the first thing that I'm going to do is a nice headstand. If you want to join me, focusing on the breathing, focusing on pushing the shoulders away from the ears. Allowing the elbows to the floor. Don't go wider than your shoulders. As a matter of fact, grab your elbows with your fingers, and that's about going to keep your shoulders width if you can check that out. Interlace your fingers, open your palms, the back of your head gently rests. Push the shoulders away from the ears, make your arms do most of the work. Draw with your belly, lift up high. Lift those hips up as high as you can. Bring one knee and then the other. Slowly, knees together. King of poses. Soften that down. That feels so good. Try to stay up there a little bit longer. Let the shoulders roll. Feel release the tensions. Allow yourself. Another headstand. Gently come back up. In this headstand, tripod headstand, keeping your elbows on top of your wrist, bend until your forehead touches the floor, the hairline. Tuck it in a little bit. Pushing your toes into the floor with your knees, with your hips, roll to the top of your head. Your elbows should be on top of your wrist, shoulder width apart. Walk upward. Separate your feet as wide as your hands, lifting your hips so that you can bring your knees on top of your elbows. Gently lifting your feet off the floor. Feel it. Lifting together with your legs. Little stretch. Soften. Gently come back up. Nothing big, nothing hard. Shoulder stand. What shoulder stand? It's not really arm balancing, is it? Okay. Allow your hands to separate nice and wide. Keep your hands no wider than your shoulders. Tuck your elbows in. Lifting up onto your feet. Walk your feet about a foot behind your hands. Keep drawing your belly and keep drawing your breath. Lifting both heels, bend your knees, bend your elbows. Lift your knees to your shoulders and grab them. Grab your shoulders with your knees. Keep bending your elbows and begin to lift the back of the thighs. Leaning the body forward, take what you can. Maybe clip one foot, maybe clip the both feet. Crow, bird. Try that again. Try to lift a little higher. Come back down and relax. Crow. Take a deep breath. Let that stretch. Soften your hands to the floor. Open your heart a little bit more. Lift up your heart toward the ceiling. Feel that flowing body as you keep extending upward. And gently come back. Soft. Balance. Do all the headstands. Get them out of the way. For now, maybe we'll come back. Feel the chest. Let it open. So my hands are all the way at the top corners of the mat. My toes are almost at the back edge of the mat. Nice and long. Pulling with my belly. Pull the hips, anchor the hands, soften the shoulders, soften the back. Make it stretch. Make your shoulder blades wide. Make your back flat. Make your arms get stretched. And gently come back up. Okay, so careful if you're going to try this headstand. It's very important. Very important. Safeguard your head. So I'm going to use a blanket on my head. I'm going to start with the hairline. Go here. I'm going to start with the hairline. Should go on the other side. Will that be better for all of us? I think that's a better angle for Facebook. See, somebody's on YouTube. Hello. So this headstand is just for arm balancing and allowing yourself to feel stronger. Doesn't mean that you're going to do it today, but just allow yourself to breathe. And for the very beginner, double the fold of your blanket so it doesn't hurt your head. This is just for the very, very beginner, okay? Allowing your hairline to come about 1/3, not the middle, but 1/3, so that you can roll the top of your head into the middle. So you're gonna bring your hands down, just find that hairline, and then gently lifting up on top. Just allow yourself to feel how that feels on your neck. It's just for the very beginner, just to feel a little bit of something going on without putting pressure on your head. I don't want you to put pressure on your head. Beginners, I don't want you to do that stance, especially if you're on your own. I'm just doing this for some of those who have been coming to my studio, who know how to do the headstands, how to allow yourself to go further. But I'll do more. This is just headstands. We're almost done, and we'll be doing a lot of other stuff, and you can join in. But headstands are particularly a sensitive
elegant pose that you have to be careful with, okay? But if you want to try just to feel some tension, and if you feel that's easy, you want to go a little further, just a little bit. So maybe you could lift up just a little bit. See how that feels. And if that feels okay, maybe you can bend your knees and lift your hips. Just feel how that feels. Make sure it's a level playing field. Make sure that the shoulders are pushing away from the ears. Hands are straight. We're going to try to get those knees on top of the elbows by walking the feet in line with the hands on top of the elbows. Okay? And that's enough of that. But that's that one. That's for you beginners. The headstand I'm going to do. Do not try this at home. Do not do this alone, please. This is just a show. And gently come back down. And breathe. Oh, that feels so good. Okay. A little bit softer on the arm balancing. Softer in that, but not a little hard. Balancing on your arms. Beginning by giving yourself a good plank. Give yourself a nice good plank. Lie yourself long. Let the feet drop. The top leg in front, bottom leg in back, lifting away. Best that you can. Feel the shoulder pushing away. Lift your heart. Coming back down. Do the same thing to the other side. Nice plank. Staggering your legs, one in front of the other. Just gentle, soft. Feel that stretch. Arm balancing and come back down. I think that I'm a little close for you today, huh? Hi, welcome. Thank you for joining me. I'm doing some arm balancing. And at 7:15, instead of 7 o'clock, I'll do some yoga. So I just did bird, I did a crow rather, I did a couple of headstands. Breathe in just a little bit here. Allow yourself to focus. Nothing big, nothing hard. Arm balancing. Okay, so let's balance on the arms. From a plank pose, beginning to strengthen the upper body. First, try to go into a plank pose, right? Because that's getting the entire body geared into those arms. And the toes, of course. Arms, nice and flat, everything. Feel yourself melting. Try not to let it sag. Try not to let it round. Think about it, staying flat and straight the best that you can. Pushing with your heels, let the body lean as forward as you can, but flat, not rounded. Let those shoulders pull back. And come back. Lift the hips up to the sky. Ask your chest toward the floor. And gently come back down. Okay. Arm balancing. Keep moving that body, right? Okay, so to balance into a crane, I just did crow. Crow is crane and crane is crow, and the only difference is the placement of the knees. I'll show you crow real quick. Crow, the knees come out to the outside of the shoulders, holding the shoulders with the knees, drawing the belly in, rounding the back upward. Hands are about a foot in front, nice and wide, lifting up the belly, drawing the belly in, gently lifting up, holding the arms. Crane, same thing. The difference is more of a pulling of your body onto your thighs. Elbows line up on the shin, right on the shin. Gently reaching. Down and breathe and relax. Try it again. Try it one more time yourself. Let me see. I can't see you. But this is what I would used to say in my class. Try it again. You try it. Let me see it. Can you take a video and show me yourself of you? I would love to see that. Okay. Ready? Want to try it again? Okay. Your choice, crow, crane, whatever you can. And if you cannot lift up, it's okay. But I'm always saying to safeguard yourself. So please grab a pillow and put it right in front of your hands. That's just in case you fall. And come back down. And breathe. I have water here. Let me grab it. It's warm. Balance. Want to balance more? Okay, so one of the more challenging poses I would recommend doing against the wall, I think. Using the wall for a forearm. So against the wall, I would still use the blanket in case you do fall. Of the wall, with the mat right against the wall. Bring the forearms to the floor. My hands are under the blanket, because that's where my face is going to go. Keep those arms in line with the shoulders. Feel some anchoring, lifting up those eyes. Maybe you can lift one leg up with a little balance. Maybe you can lift the other leg up with a little balance. Right? That's a good way to alternate. Feel how that feels if you're trying. But remember that the arms, if you tuck them in before you put pressure on them, if you tuck them in a little bit more than the width of your shoulders, anchor them, and when you begin to lift up your chest, you're going to feel the flesh pulling to anchor it. That's what you want to do. Pull it to anchor it, so take your time. Don't hurt yourself. You might feel uncomfortable until you feel comfortable doing that. But that's for the forearm stand. So that eventually, when you can, you're just gently lengthening everything out. My arms gave on out. They just collapsed inward. I had no hold. That means that my entire spine was caving in rather than pulling outward. So maybe I'm just too tight right now. So we'll keep going until I get better, and then we'll do it again, okay? All right, so to open up a little bit more, let's do another side plank. This time, in side plank, maybe rather than staggering your feet, maybe you could stack them. Maybe you could stack them one on top of the other. Breathe and feel yourself lifting the heart, lifting the chest, flattening everything out the best that you can. And then let's go to the other side. Feel it. Notice where you're placing the tension into your hands. Try to push it into your fingers, not just the base. You want to take the weight off of your wrist. Breathing, lifting yourself, allowing all that you can. And come back down and relax. Good. Feel the way that takes on. Okay, now I'm going to try that forearm stand again. So he's just activating more. Just a matter of becoming aware in your mind of a real activation of what you're trying to activate. My shoulders were collapsing, so my body came in, and my arms gave, right? Let's see if that happens again. Yeah. I think I'm getting tired. It's been a long day. Okay, we won't stop. Balancing. So in this next pose, it's a flying crow, flying crane. I'm going on an angle so you can see me a little bit better, guys. So in flying crane, I want you to focus an extension of you're going to see the leg up in the air, but let's get to it first. So we're going to balance on the right foot. Allow that left leg to cross over. Activate it, pulling into the thigh. Activate the knee, pulling out to the side. That's the key element right there. That's what you have to hold. That's your support. That's your base. Not the foot on the thigh, but that crossed leg. That's what you're going to support yourself on your arms. So the back of your arms, not the elbow, but the back of the arm behind the elbow is what you need to rest on with your shin. Okay? So keeping your arms shoulder width apart. We're sinking the body. We're allowing it to bend. We're reaching those elbows, those arms, low into that leg. Keep asking yourself to flatten evenly. We're going to open those palms down to the floor. Now, because of different height, length of legs, lengths of arms, lengths of bodies, everybody's different. If you have long limbs, this pose is much easier to get into. You're just going to bring your hands down to the floor, and you're going to gently melt onto your hands, bending forward. Now, because I'm short, I have to literally lift my heel off the floor so that my hands will touch down. And then I'll adjust my hands to the floor. Oh, I didn't set that one right. My foot wasn't wide enough. Try it again. This is one of the more challenging poses. One of my nemesis. But I love to do it because it is a practice. Oh, where's Celia when you need her? Celia is my one student that comes religiously, or was coming religiously to arm balance. She can get all the poses. Okay, let me try the other side. That one made me sweat. Whew. Okay, here we go again. That was a tight leg. Arm balancing. Not as easy as it looks. As far as that one's going, the hip's tight. Okay. So let's continue to arm balance. We're going to go to an 8 angle as I did the last session that we had in arm balance. An 8 angle. Again, it's all about the arms. It's all about the balance. It's all about every part of your body. So as I'm sitting here, I have my legs out to my right side. My hands are going to go a little bit wider than the shoulders. Not much, just a little bit. So I have my left leg on the bottom. I'm going to bring that foot on top of my right foot with my hand in between both legs. I'm going to bend that elbow, both of them, and drop my chest toward the floor. And as I drop my chest toward the floor, I'm going to draw my belly in, getting the middle of the arm, not the elbow again. Elbows hurt, that's why we don't do the elbow. But the arm itself into the middle of the thigh, middle of the arm, like the letter T. Thigh, arm. And as we're leaning onto that arm, we draw the scissor effect of those legs, pushing them away, drawing those inner thighs together, and lifting the legs off the floor, right? While balancing. So it's called 8 angle, because when we're done, you'll literally have 8 angles in the entire body, okay? All right, so here we go. Working, everything working evenly together. Gently reaching, letting the body come down, extending through the legs, lifting up what we can. And relax, and release, and so forth. What we do for one side, we must do for the other side. So, same thing. This time the right foot is on top, crossing them, hand in the thigh. So you want to adjust yourself so that you know that when you bend your body, that leg is already locked. That leg is already locked where it's going to be on the arm. That's key to allowing yourself rotation. Know that that's locked in place. That's an important part of that pose. Never said easy. And of course, the dynamics of your body is going to change things around for you. If you have long legs, you have to go already further out, even though you're trying to maintain just a little bit of width so that everything is even. Elbows to wrists on the floor here. That's the important part. And when we go down, we want to try to get that chest as low as what? The elbows to make a nice flat plane. Whether it happens, neither here nor there. Did you try it yet? Come on, let's try it. Arm. And now watch where I place my hands. So if my hand is a few inches away from the front of my mat, well, I want to guide the same area so that it's also balanced in width. All right? So leaning forward, draw the hips off the floor, draw those knees together, breathing, flatten that spine, best that you can, and come back down, and relax, and release. Can you do a lotus? It's important for the next pose, the lotus. Let me put my glasses on so I can see you. So, everything depends on everything. So you ready? Let's do a little leg work in order to do a lotus, in order to do a what? Floating lotus, arm balance, and maybe a peacock lotus, inverted arms. Okay, so let's see what we can do. So for now, bring your right leg inside, let it hang out. Use that as your support and balance, so you're pressing down onto it, and you're allowing yourself to lift your body. Grab a hold of that foot. I'm going to turn on my side just a little bit so you see the action of the leg itself, because that's what we're working on, is the leg. We want to stretch it out more. We want to get that leg around the head. Can we do that? Doesn't even look. No worries. But as you're holding it with your hand, left foot, on the pinky side, the blade side, hold it. Try to get that leg straight. Try to get the back straight. Try to get the shoulder to gently draw you back. Breathe. Join both hands together and gently pull. Pull on your foot and soften your ankle. Let yourself melt. Gently lifting up your heel if you can. Lift up your chest. Lift up your heel if you can. Lift up your chest. Now, pull your knee behind your back. Bend your knee, keep it up high, bend your knee and pull. Grab your heel, grab the blade better, and carefully pull further back. Breathe. With your right hand holding your heel, bring your hand down and underneath. Up with the webbing of your thumb, index finger webbing, palm away, grab up here, lift upward. Breathing, pushing. Can you bend your knee back a little further? Bring your shoulder forward. Tuck your arm underneath and press your heel up higher. Now using both hands, lift upward. Push that leg up. Bending your knee, pull backward. Draw your arm a little further, and a little further, so you can push it all the way up. Breathe. And relax. And release and soften. Let's do the same thing. Other side, left leg. So why am I stretching all out when I'm going to do an arm balance? Well, because it's arms, you need better balance. So you want to have a flexibility and movement of your entire body independently, not congested energy from being tight all day. You want to be able to be movable so that you can adjust yourself when you need to, especially because you're balancing. Okay. All right. Grab it. Just lift it up. Feel it reaching. Lift up your chest. Draw your shoulder blades back. Gently pull your knee back. Reaching both hands. Lifting upward. Again, just what you can. Keep trying to lift up the back of that leg. As you lift up your chest higher, soften your shoulder blades back further. Reaching with your hand to the heel, hold it. Soften, pull back. Feel that stretching. Dropping your hand here, lifting up from underneath. How far can we go? Breathing. Pushing what you can. Only what you can. Bending your knee, pull your leg back, gently pull back. Try to tuck that shoulder underneath you a little bit more as we lift the heel a little further. Gently come back. Let's try one more time. Can we go a little further? and relax. And so let those legs lengthen out, shake it out, shake it out. Bring your hands back, lift your chest. A soft little release of your spine. Let it rotate. How far to the side can you turn? Feel your hips releasing just a little bit more. And relax. Come back in. Okay. Lotus, 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 lotus. Bring your foot inside. Whichever foot is your stronger leg. That's your bottom leg, okay? That's the one that's hard to move. The weaker leg is the smaller leg. It's more pliable. That's the one we're going to put on top. Bring that leg on top now. What we want to do and what we actually do are always never the same, unless they are. But I find it, when you're first trying to do the lotus pose, this might be enough for you, and that's fine. Don't overdo, especially if you don't want to hurt your knees. If you're finding any kind of discomforts, that's enough. Listen to your body, know when to say, done. If you can, however, we're trying to get the feet closer to the body. So we want to get that heel all the way up to that hip. Doesn't mean it's going to go. Look how far my knee went up. Holy cow, that's a tight area, right? Everything's pulling in here. It's tight. It doesn't want to be there. So, all right, maybe I could come a little further out. That's going to soften it up a little bit. Careful with your ankle here, because sometimes if it's too soft, it could hurt your ankle. Okay. But if you're comfortable and you don't want to go any further and you can't go any further, we'll try the other leg now. The other leg is going to stay. I'm going to lift my hand so you can see my legs moving. My leg is trying to keep coming up so it doesn't move away, and the bottom leg is going to ease itself out to the front. I'm going to ask the top knee to come down to the floor. Down to the floor. Make it work to the floor. Breathing. And the bottom leg is trying to work itself up to the top. My leg isn't there yet. Yet. Notice I said yet, because I haven't focused enough on that. My focus is elsewhere. But because it is flexible enough, I'm going to allow myself to assist my leg to come on top. And let yourself stay there if you can. If it's too much, come out of it. You're not ready. But if you want to try, stay. Just what you can. Can you lift your hips off the floor? Can you feel yourself moving around? Can you let your body know that it's working? Careful with your knees. Hands. Nice and wide in the fingers. Wide. Flat as you can into the floor. Under the shoulders. So my thumbs are tucking under my hips because that's how close I am. Okay? Pushing the chest up, shoulders back and down. Draw the belly in and lift your knees. Lift your knees so your hips are still on the floor. Keep pushing away with your arms, and then we pull the hips off the floor. And come back down. Take a deep breath. Ready to release? Let go. Let it shake out. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. But the fun part is, now that you did the one easier side, we're going to try to do that harder side. Doesn't mean we're going to get it, but we're going to try. So the soft leg comes in first. Allow, allow, allow. The harder leg goes on top. So again, I'm still trying to go up to that hip, right? You see that? I'm trying to go way up there onto that hip. But as you notice, my knee is tight. But what if I move my foot out of the way? Oh, that's a little bit better. But I'm still holding, because if I don't, my legs aren't strong enough, or they're not weak enough, or they're too weak, or they're too strong. Which one is it? Maybe all of the above. Depends on where you are in your own journey. So everything is possible. I can't tell you what you feel. Only you can. So just be careful not to hurt yourself. But notice how I'm gradually getting that leg down to the floor. I keep adjusting to my hips, keep relaxing the hips, the knees, the body. Heel is pretty high up there on the thigh. Carefully, I'm almost there. Not yet. Just a few more breaths, right? This is not a rush job. There's nothing rushing about this. Oh, this one's a tight one, guys. Oh, not today. That's a tight. I'm just gonna stay here. That's plenty for me today. But even so, I want to lift, right? We still want to lift, so the legs have to draw together. Foot and thigh, draw together. Draw together, hands on the floor. Lift the chest again. So it doesn't matter where your legs are, you're still trying to lift your hips off the floor. Draw together. Draw that foot off the floor. Can you do it? Can you draw that foot off? Almost. But don't hold your breath. Did you hear that? Because I was trying to talk. Don't hold your breath. Exhaling. Feel your breath. Feel yourself. Ooh, that's a tight leg. And relax. Oh, that's a heavy, heavy leg. So tight. Okay. And let it go. So you did good. You did very good so far. Oh, I'm stretching out those hips. Just rolling from side to side. Let that body turn. Feel it. Ooh, feel the tightness throughout all the body. It happens. Okay, so the pose that I wanted to do, I'll go on my easy side to do it. Do the easy side because that's the one I can do, right? It's a peacock. A lotus, peacock. So peacock, I'm going to start from the back end over here. Okay, right from here. So the hands are going to be inverted on the floor. My elbows are going to catch my waist, my belly, my rib cage, and my knees are going to come off the floor. So I'm balancing only on my hands. It's one of my favorite poses from all time. Let me stretch the hips a little bit. This is an interim pose. This I love to do while here because this helps to open up those hips. All right, so for the peacock lotus, like I was saying earlier, the hands are going to turn inverted. Elbows are bending, body's leaning forward. We're lengthening the hips forward, rolling on the knees. Elbows are bending, chest is lifting. And down we go. And soften. And down we go. And breathe. Relax. Let yourself extend. Shake it out. We're going to stretch that out. Pushing the heels away. Push the knees down. Push the back of the thighs. Sweeping the arms up to the sky way up high. Exhale all the way down. So if you were with me in the beginning, when I started doing headstands, I said that I would do the headstand again. Okay. So I did one on a blanket, just with my head. Now I'll do the same headstand, a little different version, no blanket. Again, please do not do this at home. Only with the supervision of a professional. Please don't do this at home. I don't want to see you hurt your neck. And I only do recommend it for those who have been with me. There's only a couple, 2 or 3. Please. It's not worth it. It's not worth the aggravation. Take care, take care, take care. This is all for fun. This is all for show. This is all for entertainment, right? For you. Not all of it you wanted to be able to do, not yet. But just a lot. Okay, so nice wide headstand, wide arms, head on the floor. This time adjust the fingertips instead of the palms. And gently come on up. Well, guys, thank you. Namaste. I thank you. Stay with me. I'm still live. I'm not going anywhere. Just gonna go get a little bit more water. Sit down for a minute. 3 minutes. We're gonna start yoga. Yoga for all. Okay. I have to do this as an extension. It's an extended 1 live rather than 2 separate. Because unfortunately, my grandkids take up all my time, and so I'm never really looking at the time. That's why I was late. I said 6 o'clock for this class. I was a little bit more than 20 minutes late, right? Well, I hope you enjoyed it anyway. But I hope you stay more, maybe you get more out of this class. But I love arm balancing. It's such a fun thing for me. I need to practice more though. I haven't done it in a while. I wish I could see all of you so we can chat a little bit more and do more. Anybody have any questions? We have a couple minutes. If you have any questions, just please don't hesitate. I'm here for you. Anything at all. I heard some good news about home for homeowners, right? Governor just signed something. Yeah. Thank you. No questions? Nothing? All right. 1 minute before we do start yoga. Today, since it's Saturday and I'm beat down, right? I'm done. Oh, it's funny. I can't do the things that I was doing other than the yoga classes, right? But it's been only a week or so. I'm not even know. But it's been a little while. Second week, I think, right? Second week that we've been off of out of the studio. And life is so different, and the body changes quickly. And if you don't keep up with your routine in life, you become disheveled. You become out of wits. What? Out of sorts. Excuse my French. Excuse my English. I can't speak sometimes so good. No excuses. All right. So welcome. It's 7:15, and let's begin to do a little bit of yoga. Begin with your legs crossed. Easy pose, nice and soft. Gently. Join your legs. Join in soft. Join your center. Allow yourself to breathe through the nose and relax. All the tensions releasing. Just softening and allow yourself, just collapse on yourself. Feel what that feels like, just to let go. And even though you let go completely, you're still held up by your body. You're still held up. You're not collapsing to the floor. Notice the different roundness of your back, the way your head's protruding forward and down, even the tension on your ankles, even the tension on your legs, your arms are heavy, the shoulders are sagging forward. Can you feel that? Okay, so that's where we're starting from. That's how we're beginning. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose only. Just notice it now. Let your eyes stay open, keep your eyes closed. As long as you can hear me, close or open, it's whatever feels better for you. Breathe and allow yourself to lift your body a little taller. Not harder, just taller. Gently. Breathe. Try to notice in your head, in your senses, in where you activate all of your recognition of your surroundings. Notice everything. In here. Not your surroundings outside of yourself. The surroundings inside of yourself. Let's start. Feel how soft you can hold your eyes. So they're not coming forward, staring and glaring, but soften them to the back. Feel that softness. Feel the unclenching jaw, the gritting teeth. Relax. Are you aware that it literally takes more muscles to frown than to smile? So soften up and put a smile on your face. Even if you're sad, even if you're angry, whatever your emotions are, put a smile on your face. Really, like you mean it. Take a deep breath. Relax those shoulders back and down, even though you're lifting the body. Use your hands to help support yourself if it's too tight and too much on your poor little belly. It's okay. It doesn't matter whether we can lift up tall or not. The only thing that matters is the intention that you're really placing for yourself. Sometimes we think we're doing things and we're just still in another world. So allowing the mind to really come into the body before we really start to move so that you don't get hurt. So let's stretch away a little bit more, right? So inhaling nice and tall, lift the arms up to the sky, and we're beginning. Exhaling, soften the arms. Float, float, float. No stretching, no pushing, just breathing and allowing your breath to fill the lungs. And as we exhale, feel the belly drawing gently the breath away from the belly, out the nasal cavity. And we're inhaling and lengthening just a little bit more. This time, just the right arm. Reach. As we inhale, gently come back up. Nothing fast. Feel. We're going to do that 3 more times on your own. With just the music in the background. As we inhale, let both arms come back up, holding by a thigh. As we exhale, soften forward and down. Relax, careful with your feet, not to crush them, but lengthen your body. Maybe your back of your thighs can push. Inhale back up. And relax. Now let's swing around onto the hands and knees. Soft, come back up. Come on up with me. In tabletop. In your tabletop, try to get those knees hip width apart. Okay, I said try. Do I mean try? No. Knees hip width apart. Look at them. Get them there. Feet behind, the same thing. Get those ankles to push down. Hips stay on top of the knees, flat back. Hands don't go wider or narrower than the shoulder. Just shoulder width. And breathe. Spine stays between the shoulders, chin into the throat. Inhale, sag your belly down to the floor, arch your back, lift your eyes, lift your chin, lift the back of your thighs. Cow. As far as you can, keep breathing. As we exhale, draw the belly deep into the spine, lift and round your back upward, push away from the floor with your hands, your feet, and your knees, rounding upward, the tail pulls toward the knees, the chin to the throat, the forehead toward the knee. Inhale, gently come back, softly on your own. Exhale and come back. One more time in cat. And gently come back up. Lifting the body onto the knees, gently bring your left leg forward. Now, keeping your hip on top of your knee, extend your foot a little bit more. Softly lean into that. Gently lift up your body. Keep your hands on your thigh, keep relaxing, keep softening through the hips, softening forward through the hips. Get that body to gently pull away from the thigh. Breathing what you can, lifting nice and tall. Can you feel your foot anchoring down on the floor? Carefully to keep it straight. Can you reach that right arm to the sky? Now keep your posture straight as you can in front of you. I'm not going to turn to see you, but watch me. Pushing the hips forward, gently pulling the elbow to the ear, softly leaning evenly back as your hips press forward. And gently come back. Stay here. Bring your leg nice and long. Bring your fingers to the floor or your block. Allowing your hips to push back. Let the heel anchor. Let the toes lift. Pushing back a little further. Maybe your chest could come forward and down. Just to what you can. Keeping the knee straight as much as you can. Bending it as much as you need. Just what you can. Not hard. Breathe. But focus on your breathing. Focus on trying to flatten that back. Focus on trying to push the back of the thighs. Gently come back down. Carefully push your body back. Extend your front leg. Carefully join your knees together. Same thing on the other side. Breathe. Nothing big, nothing hard. Just allowances. Gently come back up. Push the hips back. Lift up the toes. Hands for balance. Pressing back what you can. Soften the body forward and down. Breathing. And gently come back up. Lifting up the body. Gently come back. Awesome. Piece of cake. Let's go the other way. Separate your knees about hip width apart, shoulder width apart, even better for your shoulders. The tighter you are in the hips, the wider the knees need to go. The tighter you are in your hips, let the knees go wider and the toes closer. The more you can, keep your knees hip width apart and your feet behind your knees. Nice and straight. Just what you can. No worries. Draw. Are you inhaling? Are you exhaling? Are you turning on to hold yourself in place? We want the hips to stay on top of the knees the best we can. Lift that left arm. Turn the palm back. Can you look at it? Reaching up and back. Use your right hand on your thigh, your hip, lower hip, upper hip, not the back. Pushing into the hips evenly, squaring off, lengthen up and back. Hinge from the hip joint, not from the lower back. The body. Draw that belly deeper. Feel. Look over your right shoulder, let the shoulder turn and twist. Can you look at your heel? Can you reach down to it? Can you touch it? Can you push your hips a little further, leaning back a little more? Maybe your hand will come down lower. Breathing. And gently come back up. And relax and release. Lifting the right arm. Same thing. Nothing big, nothing fast, just allow. Reaching. Use your hand on your hip. Pressing the hips evenly. Your chin looking towards your left heel. Can you touch your heel? Breathing. Can you reach further? Squarer, perhaps. And come back up. Child's pose. Soften onto your heels first. Let the knees separate. Relax yourself. Soften, come forward. Without letting the toes touch. The toes come close. Feel that extension of your hips. Feel them extending the body. Nice and long and flat. Here is where we soften the hips, allow the belly to come toward the floor with a flat back. Soften to the elbows, lengthening. Without pulling the hips forward, keep the hips down, but lengthen the spine. Breathe. And gently come back up. Softly come back up. Let's continue to work a little bit more. Reversing that. Reverse that. Allow your knees to touch the best that they can. Separate them if you need to, of course. And they're not going to touch if they're not going to touch. And it doesn't matter. The thing is to try and not stop trying. While lifting up your body as tall as you can, soften with an offering of your arms, leaning the body back. Rock so that you're on your sacrum, nice and flat. Maybe you can lift one leg and bring it down. Maybe you can lift the other leg and bring it down. Maybe you could keep alternating your legs and try not to move your body. Just keep your body still, right? Nothing fast, just slow. Maybe you can follow your breathing. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Maybe you're strong enough to do both legs. but you need to bring them back down on the inhale, right? Maybe you could keep them up and breathe. Maybe you could extend them more. And soften and relax. Pull the flesh back gently. Nothing big, nothing hard, just little bits. Soften, leaning forward. Think of the heart reaching toward the toes. Notice how this is opening? Don't let it open. You're opening your chest and your heart, but the chin stays into the throat. Melting. How far can you go? Just down here? Maybe? Still rounding? Still hard? No worries. Just focusing on that relaxation of the body. Think of lifting up from the crown. Think of pushing the back of the thighs. In that order. If you're still rounding, don't worry. Think of lifting the crown. Think of pushing the back of the thighs. That's it. That's a great start. And relax and soften and breathe. A little stronger, a little bit stronger. Point your toes. Reach that right arm. Jam you around to the back. Lean back a little bit. Like you're reclining back. You're at the beach. You're feeling the sun rays. Let that elbow bend a little bit so that you can rotate your shoulder back a little bit more. Not hard. Breathe. Bend your left knee. You're going to lift both hips off the floor. Lifting up. Keep that leg extending. Turn it on its side. Lift the hips. Push. How far can we go? Come back down. Oh, I totally messed you up, huh? All right, let me go more of an angle for you this way. Okay. Good. Right knee bends. Left arm all the way back. All the way. Feel it. Bending your elbow to open that chest a little bit more. Bring your foot flat on its side. Right? As you reach up. Extending yourself. Reaching and lifting up those hips higher. Reaching further back if you can. And come back. Was that better? Be able to see it a little bit better? My foot's still out? No, it's right in the corner. Okay. Good. And soften. Bend your knees out to the side. Why do I do a lot of things on the legs, about the legs and the hips? They're tight. So is the back. How's that neck? How's your shoulders? Is it still very tight? I bet they are, right? Okay. So, how close can you pull your legs? How close can you pull them in? Beginners, all you're going to do is just what you can. Just what you can. We're leaning forward and down, asking the knees to open. That's it. Maybe your feet could stay together. Maybe you could clasp your hands without pulling. Maybe you can keep your toes. I'll try that one again. Maybe you can keep your toes on the floor. And if you can't, it doesn't matter. But we're trying to do what we can. And we're breathing. We're asking the knees to melt down. We're asking the body to lift. And the shoulder blades to draw back. And the ears to the shoulders. And we're softening the arms. And we're releasing tension. And we're breathing. If you want more out of it, rather than just physical movement, and let your mind go inside your body with gratitude of yourself, with an offering of yourself to the source of your existence, however you perceive it to be. God, universe, earth, sun, moon, different gods, yourself if you don't have one, but in honoring of yourself, to yourself, for yourself, to the connection of the universe, to the connection of your earth. Get more out of it by getting more out of it, by you focusing on what it is that you want. Is it just a physical movement that you want to learn how to breathe better, just to relax more? Exercising, maybe some meditation, de-stress, or do you want to do yoga? Yoga, yog, union of the mind, union to yoke, to unite the mind, the body, and the spirit. So it's not just moving your body and thinking about your breath. It's okay. Even if that's all it is, it's okay. It's better than a poke in the eye, as they say. As my wife's family would say, right? Okay, ready? Keep your feet together, lift your body tall, softly bring your arms out to the sides behind us. Now the fingertips at the minimum to the side. This way it doesn't hurt your poor wrist or your hands, right? If you can, turn them back away, as far back as we can. Let them rotate. Try to get the hands behind the shoulders. Keep your feet gently pressing together. Keep your hands gently pressing flat. Extend the elbows and begin to draw the shoulder blades back. Try to get the ears to draw the chin into the throat and the spine long. Draw the belly in and the knees down with the tailbone toward the heels. Breathe in. Put pressure into your feet. Pushing only if you can. Lift your hips, come forward if you can, and down. Gently. Breathe in. Bend your elbows, shift your hands forward, only if you can. Remember, that's only if you can now. Breathe in. And relax. And release. And gently bring your legs forward. Shake them out. Carefully bring those arms forward. Shake them out. Oh, that feels so good. Soften your wrist. Push them away. Pull your fingertips towards your forearms. Pull them in. Pull them in. Feel that nice stretch. Take a deep breath. And relax. Swing the legs around to the back. Into dolphin pose. Allow the arms to come down with your elbows under the shoulders width apart. Palms are flat, hands are in the same width of your elbows. From a table with your legs, lift up your hips and your knees. Separate your feet hip width apart with your elbows, with your arms and your shoulders. Push that body back. Sink your head behind your arms. Sink your heels to the floor. Lift the back of the thighs more. And softly come back down. And relax and release and gently come back up. Carefully. We're going to go a little stronger. As we inhale, come up to your hands and onto your knees. We'll start with the left leg since that's the way my body is angled for you to see better. Left leg comes forward. Let's lean into that leg so it's nice and long. Curl your toes carefully underneath in the back. Now, so be careful. If you need to use a chair, if you need to use something for your support, as we stand, going into a high lunge. So if you don't want to lift off the floor with your knee, right? If you don't want to lift off the floor, stay on the floor And just push the hips forward, maybe one arm, maybe two arms. Modified, right? Or at least a lower lunge. But if you can, curl your toes, you're going to lift that knee way back and long. Get rid of that line from your heel to your crown by bringing your body away from your thigh. Reaching one arm and the other arm. Breathing. Feel it in your heels, not your toes. Soften and gently come back down. Carefully soften and bring your leg back. Take your time, there's no rush. Adjust for your comfort, adjust for your balance. Feel yourself moving. Reaching the other leg forward. Allowing yourself to adjust for your balance, your support. Gently. Remember your options. Nothing at all, right? Or lift your knee. Feel that length. Feel that body pulling away. Crown, chin, throat, ears, everything straight. One arm, two arms. Carefully soften back down. Gently allow. No rush. Soft and easy. And breathe. And do a little spinal twist. Seated spinal twist. A seated spinal twist, we're going to get the left leg inside. We're going to bring that right leg on top. So in this spinal twist, trying to allow a softness rather than a tension. So releasing and allowing your body to move and twist and pull and pull and twist and pull and pull. Up. Just relax. I'm rambling. Breathing. Like I said, it has been a long day. So even though your foot will not be able to touch the floor, or it does, whatever your position is fine. I'm trying to get my foot to the floor by working out those legs, right? Stretching them out, holding on to myself in position, or just relaxing. There's also the beginning of lotus pose, or should I say half lotus. If I drop my knee on top of my knee with this foot coming back, half lotus. But the best that you can, feeling and allowing that stretch to pull through the hip, let your body lift. Carefully, rib cage, lifting and rotating. So just the left hand is holding, breathing. Bring your hand back. Keep lifting. Try to get this hip on the floor. That's the important one. That's the one that we really need to sink into the floor. Even if the foot lifts off the floor, let it. Just keep lifting yourself. Can you gently pull? Gentle pull. Careful not to go hard. It's just a little nudge. Because when you go harder, it hurts. You don't want to hurt. You just want a little pull. No worries. You can keep the shoulder blades back with it. Soften, lift your heart. Looking towards your shoulder. Can you pull that whole right side of your body? Rotate it back. Bring your hand to the floor. Now, can you look at me before you keep going? I want you to keep going. Oh, not yet. Just watch. I want you to keep going, but I want you to take that left hand, slide it to the blade of your foot, and pushing away what you can with your heel. Lift up that body and maybe stretching that leg out in the same direction as your thigh. Pushing it away and maybe extending up that arm. Lift up that chest and the shoulder blades pull back. You can keep that knee bent as much as you need. Don't hurt yourself. And relax and release and soften. Switch legs. Are you breathing? Are you focusing on your breathing? Are you focusing on every exhale, drawing that belly? Draw your belly in. Not fast. Focused. Allow that flesh to widen. Don't let anything hinder you from widening and relaxing lower into the floor with your hips, even though we're lifting, right? Legs soft, gentle. Give yourself hugs. Taking your time, allowing what you can, noticing how tight the legs are. So I'm not moving my body, but I'm trying to get that knee, bottom one, to go further in, so that the further in it goes, the more this leg can come to the floor. But still that hip is way off the floor. Holy cow. It's like 3 inches. So even if my foot comes off the floor, I want that hip to melt down, flat. Notice my body's leaning too. We don't want that either. We want to stay even. So whatever you can. Yes, we want that knee up. Yes, we want that foot down. Doesn't mean that's what the body wants. Doesn't matter what we want. Be happy what the body lets us do. Yes? Lift up your chest. Lift up your body. Keep trying. Keep trying. Keep allowing yourself. There's a scripture like that, right? Romans. Keep trying to do good. I can't remember it. Just so. Can you turn a little bit more? Can you allow yourself a little higher, a little taller? Hip a little melting down further, maybe? Right? Breathing. Let that hand support you behind you. Let it support you, help you lifting. Get that hip down to the floor the best that you can. Once the hip is on the floor, then you can slide your hand to your blade. Carefully. Use your body to help lift up and gently press that foot away, towards that knee. See that same line that it's in? Just what you can. You don't have to fully extend. You can keep your knee bent. The arm comes out in line. The body turns in that same line. And we're breathing. And we're allowing. And relax. And release and soften. Gently. We're going to extend. I'm turning my mat so you can see me on a better angle this way now. All right, that looks a little bit better. So I'll go to that side with my head so you can see me better. I'm going to lay down. Ooh, just made it anyway, right? Okay, I'm going to lay down. Oh, just letting my head in there, huh? Can you see my hair? I can't tell from this angle. Okay, so soften yourself, relaxing, allowing. I'm going to take out my little ponytail. Helps keep my hair manageable. I can't even take it out. I don't even know how I put it in. All right. So while I'm getting that together, allow your knees to bend. Bring your feet to the floor. Get your sacrum flat into the floor. Breathing, letting yourself melt, letting yourself go. Oh, it came out. Yay. So as we're laying down, try to get the entire back to become flat. Include your shoulder blades, your rib cage, the space between your ribs and hips, the entire hip, the entire side, flat. Keep your feet about shoulder width apart. Let the arms drop out to the sides. Try to get your palms upward. Soften and tuck your chin further to your throat, and then turn your palms downward. Thumbs toward your toes. Softly let the knees drop to the left side, letting the legs stagger. Right knee toward left heel. Turn your head to the right, and breathe. Just breathe. Lifting your left foot, place it on top of your thigh, not your knee, but your thigh.
and ask your left knee to right hip toward the ceiling. Soften your neck and your shoulders. Feel like your spine is straight from your crown to your tail. Can you feel that? Can you allow it? Even to your right knee should be a nice straight line. Breathing. And relax and release your foot to the floor. Take a deep breath, just stay, releasing your tension. On your next breath, let the knees come back up. Soften to the other side. Let them melt. Your head is going to turn to the left. Your legs are staggering. Lifting your right foot on top of your thigh. Right knee to the floor, left knee toward the floor. Arch the back. Press your hips. Relax your neck. Take a deep breath. And gently come back up. Soften the knees coming upward. Tuck your belly in, push your tail toward your knees, so you're lifting the bottom of your hips. Draw both knees up to your chest. Grab independent knees. Flatten your back. Lift your head up, chin to chest. Pull your knees toward your shoulders. Pull your tail toward the floor. Breathe. Reaching, lift your foot up, heel on top of the knee, keep your knee bent. Grab your blade of your foot. Do the same thing with the other side. Happy baby. Holding on, flatten your back, let your head down, pull your tail toward the floor, pull your knees toward the floor. When you can't go further, stay for a couple of breaths, relaxing that stretch. We gently pull one finger and then the other, opposite sides, pulling to allow your body to gently rock from side to side. Happy baby. Feel that lower back, kidneys being massaged, organs. Relax your neck, relax your shoulders. Soften, releasing your feet down to the floor. Let them lengthen out. Relax. Lengthen yourself out to your corpse pose. Lengthen out and let the eyes close. Take a deep breath. Remember, if corpse pose is not suitable for you, you can always turn on your side for your fetal pose. Or if you prefer, coming up to a seated pose. But whatever's comfortable for you, allow yourself. Just for a few breaths, nothing fast. Just allowance. This is all, nothing big. Just a soft, gentle relaxation. Try to follow your breath. Let every inhale soften your body. Let every exhale melt your body further down. Let the eyes close. Let your body melt. Feel it. Visualizing your body just the way you are right now. Scan your body from your toes to your crown several times, searching where you're holding the tension, relaxing and releasing it.
Keeping the eyes closed, take a deep breath. Very softly, very gently, let the fingertips and toes begin to wiggle. Feel the body movements and feel your breath, allowing your awareness of your surroundings to increase with every breath and every movement. Let the head gently roll from side to side. Take a deep breath. Let the knees gently bend upward. Join your knees together, join your feet together. Let your knees drop to the right side. Pushing away from the floor, ease your body up to a seated pose. With your head gently bowed. In gratitude for the day, in gratitude for the kindness you've shown yourself, take a deep breath. May the lights of love, peace, and kindness always keep you and guide you. Allowing the head to lift and the eyes begin to open. Namaste. Thank you, everybody. See you tomorrow.